Hi, my name is Jocelyn Graff and this is my professional disposition video. I would first like to talk about the area of growth that I would like to work on, which is including diversity. But it is the different kind of diversity that is not exactly pointed out in print, but I do feel like it's essential as a teacher to become knowledgeable about. I would really like to understand students' background experiences, so get to know students more on a home basis level. And as hard as that is with 25 students, sometimes it's really easy to see which students need extra help versus others. And so my goal in growing in this area would become knowledgeable of the resources that my community as well as my school district can provide for these students, and make sure that the families know that I'm here for them and I'm here to be an advocate for things that they might need at home that we can help supply for the school district or that the community is willing to provide as well. Not only does this help with the aspect of community in a school and the togetherness of we are here for your child, but we are also here for you as well to support you as a family, but it really does help students learn that their teachers are here for them and that the school is here to support them and their family throughout their education. The two dispositions that were on the list I saw that I am exceptionally excited to talk about were respect for others and curiosity. So my respect for others really deals with inclusion in the classroom. During my undergrad, I took special ed courses, and I cannot tell you how much those learners help themselves by being in a general ed classroom, but also help the general ed students. These students can flourish in a general ed classroom with the needs of helping others learn about differences, as well as learning about themselves in a general ed classroom, and those general ed students also learning about themselves. It helps bring a sense of community and togetherness and working through problems. I have seen tremendous growth in students who have learning disabilities and are in a general ed classroom. And a lot of the times, these students love receiving peer help as much as they like helping general ed students as well, because sometimes they become really good at a strategy, and it's been really fun as a substitute to see those students with learning differences really grasp ideas and then teach general ed students on how to do those as well. It also not only does it promote inclusion, but it brings community, because outside of the school, you are surrounded every day by people that are different. And so really pushing that gear in an elementary school setting is awesome, because there's no reason to point out people's differences, but only to learn from them and to respect them as well. The other one, curiosity, is something I, as a teacher, am so glad I'm able to give this gift to students of inquiry learning. I think critical thinking is one of the main aspects that we really need to focus on as teachers in order to instill this awesome ability to think outside of the box, along with thinking about how things happen and why they happen in a student. Because in order for them to want to grow and learn and to find out later in life what they actually would like to do as an adult, it's really essential for them to ask critical thinking questions, along with just being curious about learning. And not only does inquiry learning help a student become curious, but it helps them learn to love to learn. So I've seen it in the classroom where students are like, oh, what's next? I want to learn more. Or they keep asking me questions, and which helps me too, because now I need to become more educated on what I'm teaching my students, because they're always asking me questions, and it really helps as a classroom for us to have these discussions about topics and then relate what we're learning in the classroom to outside. So things they do at home or things they see at the store. And sometimes it can relate to things on what they see on TV, but I really do like to give them real world applications in which they're actually themselves out doing this in the real world. So along with dispositions, becoming a professional educator is very important, and I believe it starts with going to college or doing an alternative route in which you are becoming adequate in classroom management and teaching curriculum. Classroom management is so huge and very important in helping your students succeed during the day. It also keeps your classroom calm and cohesive, and it teaches them a lot of responsibility as well. And knowing how to teach curriculum, as yes, schools change curriculum all the time, but knowing the different strategies really aids to different learners and really helps you not only aid to those different learners, but helps teach different strategies to where you can reach the solution in more than one way. I also think humility is so huge in being a teacher. It's okay to be wrong, it's okay to mess up, and it's okay to not always know the answer. And so I think it's really important as you are being professional to also take charge in criticism, giving it in a respectful way as well as taking it in a respectful way. You're always going to be changing your strategies. You're always going to be changing what you're teaching because, as we know, education is always growing and it's always changing. Nothing's really stayed the same. So I do believe that it's really important to not only take humility from yourself, but also just others around you and learning from their mistakes as well, which also brings to being a collaborative educator. So when you walk into a building, you can almost sense the type of feel you get, whether it's cohesive or whether it's not. I think it's really important when you walk into a school to feel the sense of family and community, and that teachers are really building off of each other and learning what the best way is to aid their students in learning. All right, that is my video. Thank you, Kimber, for an awesome first class as my master's program continues, and I hope you have a great summer.